The night was cold and silent when Emily opened her eyes in the dark room, her wrists tied to a metal chair and the smell of damp concrete filling her lungs. She could hear faint footsteps above her, like someone pacing back and forth. She remembered walking home from her late shift at the diner when a van pulled up beside her. Then everything went black. Now she was trapped in the basement of a man she had seen once or twice around town, a creep who always stared too long and smiled too wide. Her heart pounded as she realized no one knew where she was. The man came down the stairs, his heavy boots echoing. He carried a tray with food and a smirk on his face. He called her princess and told her no one would ever find her. She wanted to scream, but her voice was gone, swallowed by fear. She pretended to eat as her mind raced, searching for any way out. Days turned into weeks. She marked time by the sound of his footsteps and the dim light that flickered from a single bulb above. Sometimes he left the radio on upstairs. She could hear voices talking about missing people and police searching nearby towns. One night she heard motorcycles roaring outside, and the man froze. He turned off the radio and ran upstairs, cursing the noise. Emily heard engines growling closer, then stopping near the house. Men's voices called out, loud, confident. Someone knocked on the door. The man yelled at them to leave, but one of the voices said they were just passing through, helping a local woman look for her missing niece. The man hesitated too long. The sound of boots hit the porch, then silence. Moments later, a crash echoed. The door slammed open. Emily heard shouting and chaos. She tried to call out, but the gag muffled her scream. The basement door burst open, and a tall man with tattoos and a leather jacket ran down the stairs, his eyes sharp and furious. He cut her ropes and helped her stand. Another man followed carrying a gun. The patch on their jackets read, "Hell's Angels." Emily stumbled, but they caught her gently, wrapping a blanket around her. They led her upstairs where the creep was on the floor, held down by two bikers. One of them had blood on their knuckles. Their leader looked at Emily and said, "You're safe now, sweetheart." They took her outside into the night, where the bikes waited. The air felt cold but free. She saw the moon for the first time in weeks. Tears rolled down her face. The bikers called the police, but before the sirens arrived, their leader pulled the creep to his feet and whispered something that made him pale. Then he nodded to his men, and they disappeared into the woods. When the police arrived, they found the man tied to a tree with evidence of what he had done scattered around him. Emily sat in the back of an ambulance, wrapped in the blanket, shaking as the officers asked questions. She told them everything, how she had been taken, how she had heard the bikes, and how they saved her. Later she learned the leader's name was Cole, a former soldier who ran a local Hells Angels chapter. He had promised his sister he would protect the weak after losing her years ago to a man just like the one who took Emily. The club had been helping find missing women, quietly doing what the law often failed to do. When Emily asked why they helped her, Cole smiled and said, "Because no one deserves to live in fear." She stayed in touch with them even after moving away. Every year on the same night, she would hear motorcycles pass by her house. She knew it was them checking that she was okay, and that somewhere out there, justice still rode on two wheels through the night.